Forks are a fundamental part of how blockchains evolve and sometimes divide. In Bitcoin, there are two kinds, soft forks and hard forks. Let's explore what a hard fork really is, why it matters, and how it has shaped Bitcoin's history. All right, first, the basics. A soft fork is a backward compatible upgrade. That means older versions of Bitcoin software can still validate new blocks, they just might not recognize new rules. A hard fork, on the other hand, is not backward compatible. It creates a permanent split in the blockchain if everyone doesn't upgrade. After a hard fork, the network divides into two separate chains, each with its own rules, its own future, and sometimes its own coin. Hard forks usually happen when there's disagreement in the community about how Bitcoin should evolve. It could be a technical change, like increasing the block size to allow more transactions, or it could be a philosophical difference, like differing views on decentralization, governance, or who Bitcoin is really for. When compromise isn't possible, a hard fork lets each side go their own way permanently. During a hard fork, the blockchain splits at a certain block height. From that point forward, two separate chains move independently. If you held Bitcoin before the fork, you typically end up with coins on both chains, at least initially. But from there, it's up to the market to decide which chain survives, or whether both have a future. The most famous Bitcoin hard fork was in August 2017 when a Bitcoin Cash fork was created over the block size debate. Supporters of Bitcoin Cash wanted bigger blocks for cheaper, faster transactions. Bitcoin Core preferred scaling through layer 2 solutions like the Lightning Network. Since then, many other forks have appeared. Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Gold, and many more, each with its own vision and trade-offs. But none have replaced Bitcoin itself, which remains the dominant chain by far. Hard forks are high-stakes events. They can lead to innovation, but also confusion, chain splits, security risk, and community drama. They can create value or dilute it, and they often spark intense public debate about what Bitcoin is and who gets to decide its future. Hard forks are less common in Bitcoin today, especially on Bitcoin's main chain. The community tends to prefer soft forks like Taproot in 2021, which added features without causing splits. Still, the possibility of a future hard fork is always there, especially if major disagreements emerge again. So, what is a Bitcoin hard fork? Well, it's a radical software split, one that can divide communities, create new coins, and reshape the direction of a blockchain. Understanding forks is essential to understanding Bitcoin's governance, evolution, and resilience. Want to learn more about Bitcoin and explore it for yourself? Download the Bitcoin.com wallet and take your first step into the future of finance.